there could be an entirely other society, and our history isn't relevant to them at the moment. So it only really matters to ourselves.
Mhm.
But like you have things like the Holocaust, where it's like I thought we had passed that. Like when stuff like that happens, like that's not us progressing. That's us
like,
falling back. That's us
here I
resorting to
get to piss
primal
off.
instinct and fear.
Here I get to piss off Milan now. I thought we were past the Holocaust, and then friggin' Serbian genocide happened.
Yeah.
Oh, be quiet, you. Anyway,
Be quiet with your facts.
Anywho, like the thing is, we're all just a bunch of animals, and I know this sounds like some goofy stoner man logic, and it probably is, but if you look at things, like, we're just a bunch of animals that convinced ourselves that we know a bunch of shit. We just do things and make things and tell each other stories, and over time all this bullshit has accumulated into a civilization. And then, like...
Completely agree.
Exactly. And, like, now it's just like,
I once in a paper for a class defined humanity as a bunch of animals who had delusions of grandeur.
Exactly. I mean, that's the whole point. Once you realize you're nothing but a weird alien creature with a face and arms and legs and an opinion, like you gotta stop seeing yourself as the meat suit. The meat suit is a lie. Time is a lie. You're just the thing behind your eyes looking out onto the world. Yeah, we do things. We have these violent impulses and we try to rationalize them. For example, like you mentioned, the Holocaust was just some leftover monkey DNA. I mean, Genghis Khan, fucking Attila the Hun, like Alexander the Great, there was a genocide every 3 minutes back in the old world. There was a slave...
I mean, like, honestly, that is a good point, though, because, we're dealing... I'll actually connect something you were saying earlier. We're dealing with the everything in Syria pretty much traces back to all the, inaction and poor choice of actions that took place in the Iraq War, and that traces back to the Charlie Wilson War, and that traces back to what we were talking about last week. With,
it's all just a bunch of
situations in Iran. Hold on. Let me get to it. And like the problem with it is because modern standards of how you declare and act in war are you're only supposed to fight the enemy themselves, and you're supposed to leave the civilians alone. Whereas if you go back to ancient times, no, war was you came into the city, killed all the men, raped all the women, burnt it to the ground. That way, your enemy did not exist anymore. You won. That was what winning a war meant back then. That's why it was so fucked.
Exactly. That's why.
Like this idea of trying to leave things behind is you create enemies as you go when you do things like that.
Exactly. That's why I
And not that I'm advocating for the old approach. Here's an idea. How about no wars?